So we both
Keith
at the
Urban.
same time said somebody, and we went very different routes. I said, "You look very Nirvana right now," referencing Kurt Cobain, and she went,
Keith Urban.
So,
But I was mostly going off of the hair because
Yeah.
I don't think Keith Urban has a mustache. Does he has like a goat? Does he have a goatee?
Sometimes
no,
you get some
no,
stubble.
he has just the little like soul patch. Not even a soul patch, just a little triangle under the lip. But anyway, you look good. I like the long hair.
Thank you.
I know you got a haircut and everything, but like, what are you good with this length, or are you gonna like chop it soon?
It'll be a wild card. It'll go day by day. My thought today that I had as I was driving over to the barn was, it's getting pretty cold. I'll probably get lazy and let it go another 5 or 6 months. But a few days ago, I went,
It does look tough coming out of a beanie.
and I think I saw it in a beanie, and I got a little more comfortable with it.
Yeah. It's a little bit easier to handle than like summer,
Yeah.
and it's just hot.
I was just I'm starting to go through a season where I'm sick of wearing hats. I want to have the option to not wear a hat. And my current length of hair is just
Your current length of
problematic.
hair is great for no hats. You just have to put effort in.
I know. And I don't, it's been so long since I didn't wear hats, I don't even know what effort to put in. I don't know how to do it.
Well, you need like some texturizing pomade.
What?
You need Google.
Comments.
Do a little Google.
Comments.
A little
I
TikTok.
don't think you're.
Tell me
I
what
don't
I
think
need.
that you wearing hats is bad though.
No.
No, I don't think it's bad. I just feel so like pigeonholed.
Go on TikTok.
What that means?
How to style
I feel like hats are a great way to
Mid-length.
express yourself.
men's straight hair.
Yes, they are a way to express myself, and I've always used it as such. But it's sometimes I want to feel distinguished. Sometimes I want to feel a little nicer.
I
Yeah.
long for there to be some reason for us to go to like a gala. I long for there to be some reason. Like, okay, like the NFR is happening this week, which
Yeah.
is the National Finals Rodeo. And I was watching TikToks earlier where like the 15, they do it for everybody, but I was watching
Yeah.
the barrel racers. And the 15 top ladies that are barrel racing competing, like they come out on stage and they're wearing like evening wear, like evening gowns and whatnot. I'm like, I want to go somewhere where we have to wear like
Let's do it.
something like that.
Let's do it.
Like where though?
We could find something.
You don't want to wear an evening gown?
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it
Okay.
would be fun.
Yeah.
Would you be a like what's it called where it's like a T length where it's like
No.
8 inches up, or would you do like gown
Full.
full? Would you be the guy that wears your black cowboy hat with your black suit, like
It
black tie?
depends on what we were going to.
The situation, yeah.
I would very much do that
Mm-hmm.
if it was like,
If it was the NFR.
yeah.
What kind of thing could we come up with that we go to that is like pertains to what we do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's
See.
probably not going to be a lot.
because there are events throughout the year, but it's like cocktail hour max, I would
Right.
say.
Right.
Not,
I don't think it's what we would be wanting
What?
from it.
like, yeah, I don't think there's anything that's like
any-
straight up like formal attire
Yeah.
calling.
I mean, no, we couldn't do that.
December balls in Nashville.
Like a fur coat.
By the way, so my mom, she and my dad with some friends went to the symphony in Nashville last minute. She comes over and is like, hey, I bought some outfits today because I had nothing to wear to the symphony. Can I come over and let you help me choose? We're like, sure. We're all in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pointing this at you, Terry. So I hope you watch this. Why come over if you're not going to listen? Why put on a parade if we're like, that one, that's the one. Yes, that one looks amazing. You're going to be like, and then come up with 10 reasons it's not the one. Don't do that to me. Just wear what you want to wear.
Yeah.
So she inherited, not from any of our family, but from a friend that is now deceased. She passed away. She inherited this coat. Like, she's never bought a fur coat ever, but she inherited this floor-length black mink coat. And then she ended up wearing that. And I'm like, yeah, that is the thing to wear to that. That is the time to pull out the mink coat. Why did you never tell me? Anyway, so she ended up, she looked great. But, like, it spent, we spent time analyzing these outfits.
Right. Like, why wasn't that an option?
I don't know. Because then she had my dad calling, and my dad's like, I like the one your mom liked. I'm like, I'm sure you do, Matt. And so they had fun. They had a great time. She looked great.
Nashville Ballet.
This at this Skirmahorn.
Yes, is March 7th. And Ballet Ball is Nashville Ballet's most elegant annual fundraiser, bringing together over 600 of the city's most prominent philanthropists and patrons of the arts for an elaborate black tie affair.
So we gotta get money.
Have to get an invite?
No, but it's $800 a ticket.
I see.
So you do have to make a contribution to the cause.
Can you scroll through
$800 per ticket plus a contribution?
No. That's like the entry contribution. You're buying an $800 ticket.
That's your contribution.
And now for today's sponsor, which is Kitsch. You've heard me talk about their shampoo and conditioner bars before, both the volumizing and the rice water bars, but let's just go ahead and talk about this rice water protein shampoo bar and conditioner bar once again, because they are so great. I personally washed my hair a day ago, and I've been in the rain, I've been outside in the humidity, and it is still so soft and so nice, and my scalp feels so clean. So these products are going to help cut down on single-use plastic, being a bar product, so it's better for your hair and good for the environment. Formulated with high-quality, hair-loving ingredients, color-safe, pH-balanced, and vegan, these bars are going to help with softness, cleanliness, help with breakage, regenerate growth, and shown here, you can see how well they lather in the shower with water. Kitsch is available in the United States, but also available internationally to over 90 countries. You can use my discount here to get one bar for $11 or two for $21, but they also offer a subscription for an even better deal. Use the link in my description to get 25% off of Kitsch. That will auto-apply when you go through my link. And now back to the video.
The most black tie events are galas in support of something.
So I can't.
Where everyone who has a bunch of money.
What if I throw a gala?
I can't dress up to watch. I have to dress up and then go like socialize with people.
You gotta. Most of the time, black tie events are going to be social gatherings where people with a lot of money can wear really nice clothes, show up, mingle amongst each other, and then give their money to a good cause. And then the causes put on this really nice event that everyone dresses up for, and it's like this little dance amongst everyone. But if you're just going to, typically, like if you were to just go to the ballet, everyone's not going to be...
You still dress nice.
You still dress nice, but you could probably wear what you would wear to like a cocktail hour versus black tie event.
Okay, new goal for within the next... New goal in 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
Because I have to have the place to host it. Here's not the place to host it.
We can do it in 4 or less.
You think 4 or less?
I think 4 or less. I don't know what it is yet. But
I'm going to host a gala.
Let's do it.
We'll figure out what it's for.
Yeah.
But like, unless it's a cowboy hat, yeah, you're out if you got a hat on.
Yeah.
Like you got to dress the part.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that I had that dream, and now I have that dream. I want to host a gala so that we have a reason to dress up every year.
My idea
and do good things.
That I said we couldn't do is if we want a black tie, red carpet type event, we could write and make a movie and premiere it.
Okay.
Do we have to act in it?
We don't have to act in it. We can find actors and actresses, but we can write it.
We should do this in our spare time.
Produce it. Get the actors and actresses, make it, premiere it black tie event.
Isn't Matt making a movie?
It's in his head.
Not that I know of. We both have partially written movie ideas in our heads.
You know what? We missed our opportunity.
What was our opportunity?
I got nominated for a TikTok award, and it's like an award show.
Where? When?
We're gonna be gone.
Could you send someone in your?
It's in like a week.
Still just don't see that being that, like,
I don't know. I've seen so they
the
did
level
one
of formal that I'm wanting.
What you're wanting is
a gala.
you want a fundraiser. That's what you're wanting.
So you gotta pay up
There is no middle ground. There's no like
to go.
fun event to go hang out with your friends that's black tie formal.
That's
Unless
fine.
you request your
here's
wedding
the-
to be
I
white
don't
tie.
mind paying to go somewhere
Yeah.
really nice to do this, but it's just like, you just have to know people and get invited to like this event because they know that you have money to
No.
donate.
You don't have to be invited.
Well, like the ballet gala, it's just $800 a ticket. So you have to be
So it's not the ballet.
no, but they are gonna have.
it's the gala in support
They're
of
gonna
the
have
ballet.
people performing. They're gonna put on a show for your ticket. But the reason the whole thing is happening is not to go to the ballet; it's to support the ballet.
Okay.
We did get invited to the University of Tennessee gala.
When is that?
I think it's already passed.
It's gone.
We got invited to it, and I don't know if that was cocktail hour or if that was like what we're talking about. But that was one of those things. Maybe I just need to start going to the things that I'm
Now,
invited to.
the opera fundraiser here says it has live opera woven throughout the evening.
I like
Fine
that.
dining with a Spanish flair.
An
What does that
atmosphere of
mean?
elegance, passion, and community.
I'm also terrified that I'd get
Silent
there
auctions.
and there'd be like
Spirited,
no food that I would like.
Spirited live
That's
auctions.
almost certainly going to happen.
I just want to wear I want to have my moment where I walk up to the top of the stairs, okay? And I have the dress of my
Yeah.
dreams on. And my hair is done. I'm feeling it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I take off my thing. I hand it over. Everyone looks, and I walk down the stairs. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I want that. It's not gonna happen, but like that's
subtle spotlight.
subtle.
Subtle.
Maybe a name announcement.
Yeah, subtle
Lady
spotlight.
Catherine Van Slyke.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for. Nothing too much.
Could be arranged.
If I have my own gala, I'll have an announcer
Yeah.
with a little trumpet. Like okay, or it's like it turns into like on The Office when Dwight had the garden party.
Yes.
You know that episode? And he was
Yes.
announcing everyone. And so they just kept going back and forth so they had to announce them over and over again. Okay. We're having a gala.
Let's do it.
What should we well, I understand. We already have our scholarship going for 7, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's think out of the box
Okay.
for what our gala should be for. So put that in the comments. What you think, if we're going to make a goal of within 5 years, hosting something, creating a fundraiser type thing, what should be the cause? You know, let's brainstorm on that for a while. I mean, we got 5 years, but
I mean, would it need to be because of the horses?
Start our own foundation.
Because of the horses?
We could though.
And the wild horses in the West and preserving their habitats and their ability to
We could start a
remain as they
nonprofit.
are.
We can start a nonprofit.
Start it up.
And we can host charity events and
you know what
galas.
what we could call it? Both. BOTH because of the horses. They're like, are y'all going to the
Y'all going to both?
2028 both gala?
That's good.
It's writing itself.
That's good.
It's writing itself.
Do we write our own song
Yes.
No.
that goes along with the gala, and then we perform it at the gala?
No.
No. I think maybe.
I think we pay to have a really good live band.
I think we write the song, perform the song ourselves, but then at the gala we have a live band, and then
So
we can
here's
just
the thing:
mingle.
when you dress classy
Yeah.
and in black tie.
Or a quartet.
Okay,
whatever.
I was just thinking, I'm like, you don't jam and like dance, do you?
Yeah.
But it's like slow dancing, or like you don't.
Depends. I think it depends on what point.
We don't get like a country band.
No, we would.
I think you
would
could
get more of like a.
I think in this scenario where you're
almost like
doing your
a
own
Tony
gala,
Bennett cover band.
You can do whatever you want.
This is true. I guess you could set the
precedence,
the level of elegance of your.
What if I got
gala?
We could get like Jelly Roll, or like.
I think Jelly Roll would be like, you know what? Horses are cool. Let's support them.
Post Malone.
Matt's got his connection.
Oh, we have a connection.
We have a connection to Post Malone.
Malone has a really cool horse.
Yes.
Named Ashtray.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, it's that gray horse. It's that gray horse right there. He bought it from out west. His name's Ashtray.
What a cool horse. We could find people to play.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we are going a little big.
But I think
I don't think we're going big enough.
I don't think we're going big enough.
Bigger than Jelly Roll and Post Malone right now.
They're big. I'm thinking everything else needs to get that big too.
Yeah.
I think it's the other stuff we're not going big enough on.
The food.
Like
I will be mixing my attire though with like a squash blossom though. Like I will wear like a designer floor length gown with a squash blossom.
But like you're thinking 5 to 7. I'm like, we could do it in 2.
I don't think I got enough money for that.
But I think we could.
We'll see.
I think if we started the foundation, did some stuff, got some interest, got some sponsors, had a small introductory event in 2026 that's smaller scale.
Oh, you're thinking 2026.
2026, we have the first thing in like maybe September of 2026, October area. We have like the first event, get some sponsors, roll into 2027 is the first gala.
Mind you, this all started because we want to wear dresses.
Okay.
And now we're starting a nonprofit, but the thought behind it is still
know what the cause
great.
And I think of any
and
time,
we still support the cause.
Right. And I think that, if there was ever a time that the phrase was like it's the epitome of that's a really good reason for that phrase. It would be, I think the ends justify the means. You want to wear a dress, let's find a way to save animals.
And then
let's find a way to help the habitats of the
earth. At the end of that road, we wear the dress.
If we can accomplish that, then we get to wear the dress. Mm-hmm. We get to wear the suit. If all that flops, I don't think we deserve to wear the dress.
Exactly.
We don't deserve to wear the suit.
If we fail, then
because I think
we just don't get to.
Right. So I think we gotta help save the animals and the
horses.
World. I think if we can save the horses and the world, then I think we should have a night where we get to dress up.
What would like a ridiculous cause be? It's like
the cause is for horses who ungroomed in the wild. We groom wild horses.
Like just the most ridiculous title. Like
for horses with pee tails. Yellow tails.
Oh. Yeah. I think we could do it though. I think we could do a lot of good too.
And wear dresses.
And yes. We have the end
all
in
of
sight.
Us.
We have the end in sight.
Okay.
We just got to get
Are
there.
you going to be the new nonprofit manager? Is that the new role?
Probably, yeah.
The both manager.
Because we're trying to
The
expand
manager
here.
of both.
We're trying to expand here. We're trying to, like, we don't want to have a ceiling on us.
Right.
You know?
We got to expand.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first. That's a new goal. I don't think we're quite on Nate's timeline, but that is new goal. And drop what you think our cause should be in the comments. But let's take a little break here, okay? Pivoting, not totally off of horses, but if you didn't know, I have a treat bag with me and Trudy's picture on it with Tribute Equine Nutrition. So I have fed Tribute Equine Nutrition products, their grain, their treats for years now. And I've seen such a benefit on my horse's health, their coats, their weight, their demeanor, they look great, right? Well, we came out with treats this year, and they're so fun. They are caramel apple treats, but they are leaving here soon.
What?
Yeah, they're leaving here soon. They're going to be unavailable after December. So you have a couple weeks left of shopping. We'll have that link in the description. There's free shipping at the moment as well. So no extra shipping on a couple bags of treats.
You can still get them though.
You can still get them right now. Just after December, they're done. Now, what we do have are some videos that we have taken from y'all tagging us in feeding some of your horses these treats. So there was way too many videos for us to show them all, but here's some clips. Hope you enjoy for a minute.
Does Samson approve of the new Katie Van Slyke treats? Let's find out. Boop. All right. Moment of truth. Do we like them? Is it yummy? Get another one. I think he approves. I think you approve, Samson. Do you want to try one? Do you like those? Do you want to try one, Tundra? Those are good.
Miss Bessie. Bessie, would you like a treat? Oh, is that good stuff? Oh yeah, no question. Bessie approves.
Thank you all for sending those videos again. I've reposted, I can't even tell you how many videos, and it is so fun getting to see your horses enjoy those treats. My horses have loved them so much, so it is sad to see them go. If you pester Tribute enough, maybe we could do something in the future, but thank y'all for purchasing. Again, you have like 2 more weeks, so go ahead and shop at the link in the description, get you some free shipping, and yeah, I actually just got a phone call while we were watching
that one
this.
horse was loving them.
Loving them. So I just got a phone call. We had to take a brief intermission to take it because my dad was calling. So Bluebell, my blue roan cow, we just sent her to be aspirated. So like to get oocytes from her to do IVF because I had a buyer who wanted specifically heifer embryos with Justice, our bull. So we have his sexed semen on hand. So we used it. And normally, I don't know, 20, 30 oocytes. I mean, 50 is like crazy good. Sometimes like I did it once with Bluebell and only had like 9 oocytes. And we got a couple embryos. Would you like to know how many oocytes this woman just gave us? And that's why he was calling because he was like, I don't know what to do.
79.
You heard it. You heard it.
How did you know? 79 from Bluebell?
And I mean, not all of them are going to take. But like this past time with the horses, for instance, Kennedy, some of them are just like that. Some of them are just fertile myrtles. So Kennedy had like 28 oocytes and we ended up with 11 embryos. So with 79, we could still end up with like 30 embryos.
Yeah. So
which would be great because then...
What do you do with them?
So I already have someone that bought 5.
Oocytes.
Oh, no. Embryos. So we had to get the embryos first. So I already have someone that bought 5. If we truly get 30, I would open up to sell another 5, but then I'd keep the rest for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just crazy.
So what do you do with the oocytes?
So oocyte is same thing we do with the horses. So it's
like a pre-egg.
No, it is the egg inside of the follicle. So the follicle is like the fluid-filled sac. So, and a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, if you're doing that many oocytes in 1 month, are you like, is she going to run out of eggs faster? Because you're like, you're born with the finite amount of eggs. And essentially, we're rescuing those eggs because she's going to have those follicles that month regardless of if she uses them all or not. And then when she goes through her cycle, her uterus is cleaned out and then they go away, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, we just rescue all of those oocytes that are in all those follicles, because generally only 1 or 2 is going to mature or like progress to the point of ovulation.
To like an ovum.
I don't know, Nate. I don't know.
I think an ovum is like a mature egg.
So to the point of ovulation,
And
yeah,
a
maybe.
oocyte's like a not there yet.
Yeah,
but-
so whenever you do harvest, you want them like mid-cycle. You don't want them too big.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess you want like an immature one. You don't want them too small. You want like mid.
Gotcha.
range.
Gotcha.
So with them getting 79, then they will go take it to their lab. They do it in like a petri dish. They take 1 sperm, put it in there. That takes like IVF, ICSI. I think it's pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to turn into like a blastocyte.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you figure like they have like a 3-day range to turn into embryos. So we'll see.
So
And then once it's an embryo, it's like 6 days gestation.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 79.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a crazy number.
But we'll see. So if you want some bluebell justice heifer embryos, I might potentially have some here soon.
I don't have a cow.
You don't have a cow?
No.
Just throw one in Pico. See what happens. Oh my god, Moo's so sleepy. Oh, I just realized you put a fireplace up there.
Yeah.
Cozy.
Vibes.
I like it. It is cozy. It's freezing in here.
Yeah.
Very cold.
I wish we had
Everyone
a
has
fireplace in here.
blankets.
My hands are in my coat.
Mind you, we did it like that though because the cameras were overheating and the lights do make it hot in here. So sometimes it gets too hot and then sometimes it's too cold.
You know who you look like, Dale? Oh, stand by.
We're standing by.
Oh,
We're-
good. Good. You need to.
We don't really have anything else to do.
Makes
We're
it
waiting.
less
for
funnier,
this.
but the slinging slasher.
That's what you look like right now with your hands in the sleeves and the big black coat. You're like the hash swinging slasher.
That is funny. So I love that this entire topic ended up being about galas and the potential of going to some or hosting some. We just a couple things we did this week and are looking forward to. So we went and got Taz, the goat daddy, as I've been referring to him. Nobody else has. I've just been calling him that. He came to service Blossom once again because they had Sprout this past year. And then Honey and Bee are now 16 months old, so they are being covered for the very first time. I honestly think 3 is my max on kidding or like does to kid out. If I did everybody and had 5, could you imagine they all had triplets? I mean,
I can't.
15, I feel like I struggled with 6 or 7 to like give them all my like attention and you know like figure out their personalities and stuff because that's just so many. And so I decided 3 was like my max.
Yeah.
But that happened this coming weekend. I think we're just gonna try to put some like does in the freezer. We're gonna try to hunt a little bit because we only have a couple weeks left of
Not goat does.
So sorry, deer does,
Deer does.
whitetail does.
Yeah.
We only have a couple weeks left of like you know just chilling at home before we you know get caught up in all the foaling season shenanigans and all the things.
It's close.
Which we're about to have a brainstorm sesh with like the whole team about how to like attack foaling season this year to give even more content and even better. So if you have any suggestions of things that you feel like maybe I haven't covered, or maybe there's a part of foaling season that's your favorite that I don't show enough of, you know, if there's anything like that, you know, let us know because now's the time when we're trying to kind of like make out our plan for the upcoming season. So
no suggestion is too crazy.
No, it's not. And I do think we're branching out a little bit because if you didn't watch the last video, I guess it's like 2 videos ago with the like, you know, we blindfolded and did the games and all, like, I think we're trying to get YouTubier. This is what Matt and Nate have been begging of me for 3 years.
And timeline doesn't work. Sorry, proceed. I was going to say, Matt said today that you were going to love this video. That's what Matt
I haven't watched it yet. That's the thing. When we're filming this, I haven't watched it yet. Y'all will have watched it for like days now. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Matt texted me earlier and said, Katie's going to love this video. And that's all I know. I haven't seen it.
What if I hate it?
Then,
What if I watch it and I'm like, ugh, I don't like.
Well, you know, you might.
I don't think I've ever said that to y'all, but
No, you've never said that you hated a video to us. I've heard rumors.
okay.
I'm kidding.
But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. We do have a couple of ideas for some games coming up since, again, we're kind of in like that lull season prior to foaling season where like not a whole lot is going on. But if you have others that you think we should play, let us know. And then hopefully in the next episode, we can revisit this whole courtroom affair thing. Not affair, but
it needs to be settled.
We might have ordered wigs.
It's getting settled.
We might have ordered wigs and a gavel.
Needed.
I think that I should be the judge, but at the same time, I do feel biased because I already kind of know who I side with.
I think we all know. I think every single person aside from Matt knows who they're siding with.
We have to bring in an unbiased judge.
We need to bring in someone who
is cold-hearted. Rebecca.
Maybe Rebecca. Maybe.
You know what though? I don't know that I want a cold-hearted person to be the judge.
Yeah, maybe you want somebody who's a little more
because then it's like it's more favored to him. We need someone in the middle.
We need a middle of the road.
We need a middle.
Yeah.
We need a not too harsh but not too sweet person.
I feel like that's me. But again.
But you just admitted bias.
I know I did.
Well, it's not bias. It's just that you already formed your opinion.
Without hearing both sides.
There is whatever. We'll get there.
We'll get into it.
We'll
see about it. I'm thinking about it, and like Lindsay's already formed her opinion, so we can't have her. Rachel's cold-hearted too. I mean,
we could have
no. I know Rachel would be on our side.
So, anyway, stay tuned for that. And again, all the questions that I asked in this video, can't even remember all of them. Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you. We'll see you in the next one. And again, Christmas merch.
Christmas
merch. This design plus others plus ornaments. Diamond art, all kinds of stuff right now.
But you better go quick on that.
Huh?
Because I said you better go quick on that because it's almost not Christmas as I've been made aware because our tree's not up yet.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's December 3rd.
Which must also mean that the merch won't be here for very long either.
No, and you won't be able to get it by Christmas for very long. So that's why you gotta shop quick.
Yeah.
So anyway, go shop at katievanslike.net. If you're not following my Snapchat, do that. katievanslike96. And we'll see you in the next one.